Welcome back to Metricon Stadium. We're about to start this second quarter where the Brisbane Lions lead by 8 points. Great to have your company on KO freebies for this doubleheader. After this, it's the Gold Coast Suns and Port Adelaide as well. Brett Thomas and Daniel Merritt with you this afternoon, and saw a pretty entertaining quarter. There was, times of uncontested chains coming through, and other times the pressure was pretty good.
Yeah, I think with the amount of rain we've had up here in Queensland, the Metricon surface is holding up brilliantly, and I think the Crows are the beneficiaries of that, where they're using a lot of in-close hands to cut through the Brisbane Lions' defence. It's been a competitive first quarter by both teams. Brisbane's class just showing a little bit, but I'm excited to see how these young Crows hang in there for the rest of the game.
So let's get this second quarter underway. As Dan mentioned there, just so much rain in southeast Queensland and followed us from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, but looks clear at the moment. Conditions a little bit slippery, but certainly the Crows not afraid to use it by hand and foot, short passing. Here they come now as Riley O'Brien tried to funnel it out of the contest. Joe Danaher starting at centre-half forward for this quarter. On the left foot goes Cameron McStay charging out, or Fort charging out from the goal square. They both went down. Cockatoo tried to get it towards Zach Bailey. Ball slipped out of his reach. Will the free kick go against Jordan Butts?
Oh,
and I think that was deliberately done there from Zach Bailey. Knowing the pressure was coming, he just tapped that out of his way, and then Butts gives away the free kick.
Yeah, very wily there by Zach Bailey, just tapping the ball in front of him, not taking possession and getting tackled there by Butts. But good contest there. Big Darcy Fort comes out, cleans up McStay. Cockatoo, great skills in this sort of weather, but let's see if Bailey can finish.
So he has missed again, this time to the left-hand side. He's kicked 1 goal, 2 in this game. Danaher, Jared Berry, the other goal kickers from a Lions point of view, and Thilthorpe and James Rowe, the goal kickers in the first term for the Adelaide Crows. And here's McPherson with the kick-in duties. Had plenty of touches across the back half in that first term. And he's going to bring this out towards half-back. Riley O'Brien slipping down, came out towards Rory Laird. Gets it to a one-on-one. Thilthorpe and Harris Andrews does the strong body work. Gave away the free kick. The umpire said Thilthorpe looking for it, and he will get that free kick. The strapping on his right knee out towards Schoenberg. And that's a good kick into space to Rory Laird. Hard running from Rory Laird, the best and fairest winner. Into the pocket. Tried to bite off a little bit more than he can chew, but McHenry did well. Tried to sell the dummy and then handballs back. It ends up with Keys now. Shrug of the shoulders under pressure. Flirting with the boundary line. Screwed that back. Did that really well. Mitch Robinson is happy to send it over for a rush behind.
Yeah, good little build-up there by the Crows. Uncontested footy, then kicking long to a contest.
And Daniel Rich is going to waste no time bringing that in. First time All-Australian last year. Averaged 26 disposals. 21 of those were kicks just like that one. Oh, that's a slipped off the chest there of Lockie Neal. But with a bit of class, he did so well, as you heard there from Daniel Merritt, and sends it up towards half forward. McStay strong in the contest. Jones went to ground and followed up his work well. Got it out towards Lions, and Danaher is on. Can take the mark, play on, unselfish to McCluggage, and McCluggage pops through. A classy goal there. Good team effort from the Brisbane Lions.
In these sort of conditions, I just think about those Adelaide Crows defenders just being able to keep that ball in front of them. It slips out the back, and you can see the Lions just getting the most of it, where the ball flips out the back, and unfortunately they had some spare players running through. But great play there by the Lions. I think it probably started with Lockie Neal there, just those strong hips for all those young midfielders out there. Been having that strong hips, strong legs, been able to break through the tackle.
And the follow-up work from McStay was good as well. The marking contest, and got involved, got it to Lions, and an easy goal for Brisbane. They lead by 14 points. McCluggage now on a wing against Lockie Scholl, who's 2 Rising Star nominations 2 years in a row. That'll be a good contest there with Hugh McCluggage. Back in the middle now. McInerney giving away the free kick against Riley O'Brien. And just loads up on that right foot, drifting towards right half forward. Courage there from Daniel Rich.
Looks a bit sore too.
Yeah, does he ever. Let's hope there's no concussion.
Is that blood? Blood rule straight up, called by the umpire.
Geez, it might just... Oh, you can see the blood all over his eye, and it's wiped onto his thigh as well, but it might just be a practice game. But that's tremendous courage there from Daniel Rich. I reckon Chris Fagan had his heart in his mouth as he went for that ball.
Looks pretty nasty cut above his eye there.
So he will come off and gets the applause from the Lions fans who have made the trip down the highway today. Darcy Wilmot will come on, so he'll get some more minutes and look pretty good in that first term.
Yeah, I like the look of him. Looks very composed.
A few handballs, and now he's going to kick, although
he's
held off a bit. Yeah. So called to play on. Kicks under pressure. Dumps that down the line. Off hands and out of bounds.
It's a good option for the Lions. You got Darcy Fort and the Big O down the line just to make a contest and then let their smalls get to work at ground level.
O'Brien, McInerney lock horns again. O'Brien just slipped and got in front. Schoenberg just goes off the deck. Berry waiting for the handball. Comes back into the contest though. Body's diving on the footy. The umpire, I reckon, will rush in and throw this up.
It's one of the Darcys. Darcy Gardner just creating that contest.
Darcy Fort, Darcy Wilmot playing today. McCluggage and Haitley going into this contest now. And another stoppage. From a Crows fan's point of view, what have you liked about Rochelle Soligo? We haven't seen as much of in terms of possessions, but Rochelle's looked pretty good from what we've seen so far.
Oh, 100%. Looks a good shape, moves well, good skills, and I can understand why the Crows fans would be so excited about him.
Here is Rowe. That's a nice kick into space, but Key's trying to take that on his chest, invited Madden in. Nice kick around the corner there from Fogarty. Robinson getting back, trying to take the mark, and there is a free kick to the Adelaide Crows for shepherding to be taken by Riley Thilthorpe as Harris Andrews just tried to hold him out to allow Robinson to come through to take the intercept mark.
Yeah, Big H, he's almost too strong for Thilthorpe at the moment. And yeah, just needs to hide that shepherd there just a little bit better. But he's obviously trying to protect Mitch Robinson coming back with the flight of the ball.
Rory Laird says he's an aerobic beast. He spent time on a wing and in the ruck during match practice, starting up forward today. Kicked 5 goals on debut against the Hawks in round 6 last year, and he's got 2 on the board in this opening half.
Yeah, good contest upfield by the Adelaide Crows. Getting it deep, it's funny, when you get the ball in deep, no matter who it is, it puts the pressure on the defence, and defenders tend to make mistakes when they're under pressure. So, yeah, just a little bit overzealous there by Harris Andrews, but good long kick there by the Crows to put the Brisbane Lions defence under pressure.
So that'll be a good contest for Thilthorpe today against the mature body of Harris Andrews, who's so smart the way he judges the footy and uses his body, but illegally on that occasion. And Thilthorpe puts through his second, and the lead is back to 8 points.
I just wanted to mention that was Darcy Fogarty that kicked it in deep there. So that's the 4th Darcy we got on the field today.
Back in the middle, O'Brien getting up high. McInerney's going to go off the deck. Got a bit of purchase on that too. Fast ball for Brown, couldn't take the mark. Called back into action there from McPherson, taken to ground by Charlie Cameron. Cockatoo got half a shin to it. It's like a maul at the moment of players as McCluggage, good handball, Berry into space, looking for Lyons, forced to kick off the deck. That was clever, coming through off the thigh of Charlie Cameron.
Thought I was watching EPL for a second there. And, yeah, Charlie would have usually cleaned that one up.
Wet weather footy, just territory is a premium at the moment. Poor kick in from that behind. Oh, just Lyons got a shove in the back there from Chase Jones. Either. Gets the free kick and lets him know about it.
Obviously playing against his former club here, Jared Lyons. Would want to play well against them. Just to let them know what they let go. But, yeah, he's been a great player ever since he's come to the Brisbane Lions.
From the Crows to the Suns and now to the Brisbane Lions, 3rd in the AFL for tackles last year. We'll actually spend some time up forward in a bid to get more midfield minutes for McCluggage and Bailey. No real celebration there from Jared Lyons, but don't be fooled, he has kicked the goal.
Nah, it's a bit of a thing, isn't it, with these trial games? I'm not sure you're allowed to celebrate a goal. I obviously, it might be a little fine for you during the week. You might have to buy the boys coffee if you celebrate a goal by the look of it. But it just shows in this sort of weather, when you put your head over the ball and be strong over the footy, if you don't get the ball yourself, you can draw the free kick.
As Matt Crouch comes back onto the field and will come into the middle, we'll keep an eye on his progress today. Crows fans would love to see their 2017 club champion back out there, because he had hip groin issues, multiple surgeries, but still managed to get a 2-year contract in September. So they obviously still rate him very highly. A ball magnet. And now he's on McCluggage for this centre bounce. So Hugh, as we mentioned, will get some more minutes in the midfield from the ruck contest as Haitley got it off the boot, second attempt out towards the wing. Answorth, another player coming back from injury. Wilmot to load up off half back. Did that well, and that's what he's known for. He's attacking Dare off the half back line. Right off the boot by Davis, just shrugged off McCarthy. Bailey tried to go off the deck, shrug of the hips and the hands there from, what a clever kick. McCarthy into Bailey, the cute kick around the corner, and he's found Charlie Cameron.
Wow.
How'd he get the angle on that?
That was pretty clean there. Link McCarthy, just that pick up, give to Zach Bailey and to Charlie on the chest. 3 very, very skillful players right there. And it shows in these slippery conditions, it looked like it was dry weather.
So yet to hit the scoreboard so far, Charlie Cameron, 55 goals, 33. What an end to the season he had last year, averaging almost 4 goals a game in his last 5, including the finals. And he gets his account open this morning at Metricon Stadium. Charlie Cameron gets his first goal.
Also, a former Adelaide Crows player. Would, love to play against his old team, play well. And good finish there. But, geez, that was amazing work by Zach Bailey and Link McCarthy. Just been able to link up over there on the 50 and be able to bring that back onto Charlie's chest.
So it's their 3rd goal of the quarter now, the Brisbane Lions. McCluggage, Jared Lyons, and now Charlie Cameron.
It's interesting weather conditions, because you'll have a game plan of how you want to play, but really, when it's wet, it's all about that territory game and just getting it forward, getting on the boot. And getting it your way.
Strawn in the ruck against Fort. The umpire will have to recall that. Let it go. But it was not often that one ruckman hits to another ruckman in a centre bounce.
Darcy Fort's eyes just lit up. But unfortunately, the umpires brought it back.
Wonder if he called out his name.
Yeah, I reckon he might have.
Here for you. So will throw it up this time. Strawn. Now Lyons, Jared Berry. Lyons wants it back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, so that one very crafty there by Charlie. As the defender's gone up to catch the ball, just nudged him a little bit. Good use of the body work and sneaks for a little goal out the back. But I think, again, in these sort of conditions, it's all about that territory game. Great work in the midfield there by the Lions. Get that long kick in forward, put the Crows defenders under the pump, and more times than not, you're going to kick a goal if you're getting it. Nice, deep entries.
So the Lions starting to kick away. 27 points is the lead now.
Yeah, the Crows, they just got to hang in there. They got to hang in there. It is a trial game, so we're not playing for sheep stations. But it's all about getting your structures right, getting your effort right as well from those young Crows players.
They led by 8 points at quarter time. In the middle we go. Crouch gets that on the left, just breaks the centre, and McHenry takes the mark at centre half forward. Wants to get it moving quickly, try and find a one-on-one, give his forwards a chance toward the goal square. Flying up high, Riley O'Brien. Ooh. And here is Rochelle. First shot on goal.
Lively.
Just drifting through for a behind.
Good build-up there by Ned. And then to pump it deep again, putting the Brisbane defence under pressure. I think that's what we've learnt today. The deeper we get it, the better chance we are to kick a goal.
So Daniel Rich goes short. They allow that kick into the pocket.
Good to see Richie back out here after that head knock and a little bit of claret.
Here's Berry presents the short lead and gets it. Rich flashing pass. We'll get the low handball now. Lachie Neale says, kick that ball long. Darcy Fort doing some wrestling off the contest with Strawn. And that goes out of bounds right in front of us here. Broadcast side, Metricon Stadium, doubleheader on KO Freebies, Lions v Crows. And we've got the Suns against the Power straight after this. First bounce at 2 o'clock local time. Fort and Strawn. Fort got his hand to it. Rayner coming through. It's been a bit quiet, Cam Rayner, hasn't he? We haven't really called him much in this first half.
Yeah, look, first game back after 12 months. He'll just be wanting to get through the game today. But it's just great to see him back out there, I think, for Brisbane Lions fans.
Crouch. Squeezing kick up towards the wing. Fogarty just over his head. At the back, Riley O'Brien. Harris Andrews coming through. Did he keep it in, the big fella? And Adams playing for the free kick against Saligo will get it on the wing. Turns. Nice angle ball into Cam Rayner right on cue.
Here he is.
Neale wants the handball. Just ran past a little bit too early, though. Good kick out wide. Finds Bailey. Bailey into the pocket. Neale kept running, and it's a clever kick into space there from Zach Bailey. Lachie Neale thinks about the pass, might settle himself down now. Now he's still looking for the pass.
Someone come at him. Charlie's just pretending he's not interested, and here he comes.
Reluctant shot on goal from Lachie Neale.
Is he going to go snap here from, 40 metres out? It's ambitious.
He's a classy player. Oh, look at that. Bend it like Lachie. And he bends that through for a goal. The most reluctant goal kicker ever. He looked for an eternity to pass that off. And he snaps one through. And
geez, he made that look easy.
Did he ever? In these sort of conditions, you can't understate how difficult a shot that was from that distance. As you mentioned there, Daniel Merritt. But Lachie Neale's going to spend some time on a wing this season, we heard from Chris Fagan. What do you think about getting some of their experienced players out of the middle into different positions to allow the likes of Rayner, Bailey, McCluggage into the centre bounce?
I think it's only going to make the Lions better, where you've got that. He's an absolute class act, Lachie, with his skills, and if you can get him out in a bit of time and space, well, that's going to set up the forwards, particularly those forward entries. Make it very, very delicious for the Brisbane Lions forwards receiving kicks from Lachie Neale.
So 5-goal second term now for the Brisbane Lions, sharing it around as well. 7 goal kickers so far. Charlie Cameron, the only multiple goal scorer with 2 in this term. Tight in close.
Oh.
And really tight there on holding the ball. It'll go Brisbane's way as Cockatoo wants to get it onto Fort, get it moving. The long boot there of Daniel Rich sends it into the pocket. Danaher won't get a fly at the footy, but it almost fell into his lap there. Couldn't quite take the mark. Hat kick out from defence. Madden gets the front position, taps that out of bounds, just running in front of Ned McHenry. Robinson there as well, and a boundary throw in. And Lions have really lifted in this term, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, exactly. And we see by the scoreboard, it's been a good quarter for them. I think just their stronger bodies over the footy, and they're just playing that forward footy, territory footy, getting it deep, putting the young Crows defence under pressure.
Fort got a hand to it. Laird under pressure. Schoenberg slips through him. Great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously, Cam Rayner gets a lot of headlines, and this guy we can't forget about. What a lot of promise he's shown, and couldn't get on the field last year due to injury.
I think great to see him back after a frustrating year of injury, and it just shows the Brisbane Lions were probably missing his speed last year. He's an underrated player. He's a strong player, an absolute competitor, and a great finish he showed there. And I think his teammates getting around him. He's a much loved teammate. And, hopefully we see a lot more of Noah out there this season.
Well, he's been a standout in match sim over the pre-season. Hasn't played since round 17, 2020. Had a lot of groin issues last season, but loading up off... Well, we've seen him on the wing, actually, today, but, of course, can play across half-back and be interesting, who takes the minutes, the role from Grant Birchall. Dane Zorko's been playing a little bit across half-back, and Madden playing today as well. Back in action in the middle. Can the Lions respond through Ben Keys? Playing in front was Andrews. Thilthorpe forced to tackle. Handball out into the path of Rochelle getting involved. Well
clean.
done. Got it to Laird. Held off the handball to the other first-year player. Saligo tried to thread the needle. Picked up off the bounce by Rich. Now to Harris Andrews. It's a high ball more than it is a longer ball. Jones, the spoil from behind. Kick inside the 50. Rowe kicked a goal in that first term. Just lost the footy. And now Bailey, quick hands there from the Lions. They load up through Cockatoo and they release Wilmot running through the middle at Metricon Stadium. He's got Rayner getting back. He's waiting for it to bounce to him. Well done there from Davis.
Good follow-up by Rayner.
And ends up with Scholl. That's a great defensive effort, I reckon, that will be highlighted during the week by Matthew Nix. Against the strong body there of Rayner, and Ben Davis was delisted last year, redrafted as a rookie, former Swans Academy member, and under at sea did very, very well there, deep in defence. So boundary throw-in. Schoenberg in front of Bailey, had his left hand and handballed that into his thigh, calling for out of bounds on the full. We'll throw it back in. 9:5:59, 3:3:21. Come up to 20 minutes gone in this opening half on KO Freebies. Brett Thomas, Daniel Merritt with you this afternoon, or this morning I should say. Started at 10 a.m. Queensland time. Cockatoo. Now Jones. Couple of lines. Dive on him. I think he's laid an egg. The umpire said yes. And he has been pinged. Berry off to Cockatoo. Sinks that towards the goal square. Oh, Rayner just got up a little bit too early. Surely that's a free kick to Nick Murray.
I think there's a good sign of confidence there by Cam Rayner going for the hanger.
Well, Mitch Hinge, I should say, former Lion, gets the free kick. Got nowhere near it in the end, did he? But at least he's having a crack.
Absolutely.
And not afraid to try and fly at the footy, although he didn't really get off the ground. Up towards the ruckman. Starcevic coming through. Strawn tried to hack that out of midair. Oh, great smother. And the one percenters that Chris Fagan loves there from Brandon Starcevic, who smothers that out of bounds. One of the one percenters Chris Fagan has employed during the off-season as a breathing coach.
Yeah.
To help with stress and pressure on the field.
I'm all about it. Wim Hof, he's my boy. Anyone out there knows Wim Hof? I'm all about that breathing.
We'll see when they get some set shots on goal, if we can notice anything with the technique before they have shots. Here is Keys trying to shrug off the tackle from McCluggage, but good tackle there from Hugh.
Brisbane Lions' bigger bodies are just starting to show out now, where they're just muscling up the Adelaide Crows, particularly around those centre stoppages.
His target there is Joe Danaher. It will not get there. Berry on the ground trying to farm that ball out to McCarthy, and another forward 50 free kick the Brisbane Lions' way.
Just put a little bit of mayo on that, Bez. Made sure the umpire saw it. And again, just those deeper entries into inside 50, create a contest, and then putting that Crows defence under pressure. And he was good enough to get the free kick.
So Jared Berry kicked a goal in that first term. It's the Nat Fyfe lookalike, isn't he, with his size, the number 7 and the hair?
Yeah. I did see Nat Fyfe with like the goatee. Don't know if that'll catch on.
And that just barely sneaks in for a behind. But if you can add that goal kicking to his game, become a marking target in the 50, he'll be a dangerous matchup.
Probably shows why Zach Bailey's so dangerous. When he pushes forward, he always pops up on the scoreboard. 39
points is the Lions' lead. Can the Crows negotiate their way out of defence? There's not really much in the way of tall targets that McPherson has directed this ball. McAdam goes at the footy. McHenry was there as well. They get a boundary throw in.
I feel like we've been stuck on this little pocket here for the last 15 minutes. And as the Brisbane midfielders just sorted out who's the hit to.
O'Brien gets the front position into space. McCluggage and Crouch. Berry in there as well, holding the ball. Red hot, at least they've paid it to both ways. On this instance goes against McCluggage. Kick from Berry, missed its target, but Scholl winds up on the left. Didn't really get great connection on that kick. And Rochelle and Adams will see that ball go out of bounds, 50 out from the Crows' goal.
Rochelle reminds me a bit of Dacos. There's a bit of Dacos about him, the way he moves, even the way he looks a little bit, I suppose.
Cameron waiting for that ball to come out. Comes out towards Taylor. Slippery footy. Rayner goes on top of him. Will have to make an effort to show that he's trying to get it out, but the umpire, quick whistle, will come in and throw this up. So the Crows had just 28 players available to play in today's match. Tap towards the boundary side. Crouch over his head looking for Schoenberg. Good pressure there from Cockatoo, aggressive. Squirts out the back. McCluckage.
Good tackle.
Slips to ground. And we get another stoppage. It was a great tackle there.
Crouchy.
We mentioned a couple of times he's on restricted minutes in this game. Hot contest at the moment there, Sauce.
Oh, I just saw Mitchy Robinson nearly got his head kicked off, and he's gone back into the contest to try and get a bit of revenge.
McInerney slapped forward by O'Brien. Off the deck goes Robinson. McCarthy, big contest there with Haitley into attack. Fogarty couldn't quite take the mark, just slipped it. Adams diving in. Starcevic. Hot footy, McAdam. Stacks on the mill. And there's a bit of room here for the Crows to try and get some of their small forwards, their midfielders on the move from this ruck contest, try and create a scoring opportunity. So Ruckman wrestled together, picked up by Adams, turns around and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic. And he's given away the free kick. He tried the big...
just run through Hingy there.
Yeah, just like a Mack truck, just yelling, get out of my way. And the former Brisbane Lion earns the free kick and probably a little bit sore. On the left he goes, pumps it towards the goal square. The pack flies at the back. Bailey through for a rush behind.
I appreciate that from Big Joe. I really appreciate that. I love seeing it.
I think they felt that in Adelaide, that collision, as the Lions bring it in through Mitch Robinson. Danaher calling for it long. He's on Chase Jones at the moment and just frustrated throws his hands in the air as they go back to the goal square. And this should allow the Crows to set up a defensive structure and try and trap it in their forward line late in this second quarter. Should at the very least prevent the Lions from scoring. Here is Robinson in the pocket. And they have closed off most of their options going forward, so he will have to dump it up the line finally to Joe Danaher. Still on Chase Jones. Good contest, though, from Chase as Laird slipping to the ground. Taylor, fast hands into Berry towards the pocket. Fogarty's had a tough afternoon. Hands to it. Rowe. Kick one from the left pocket. This one from the right, drifting towards the goal square. Off hands and through for a behind.
Yeah, good position there by Rowe as a small forward. Right in that drop zone. And then great centering kick. Definitely putting the Brisbane Lions defence under pressure these last couple of minutes.
37 points, Brisbane Lions lead. Rich wandering out of the goal square. Danaher, McInerney, good mark there from Joe Danaher. Just read that beautifully on a slippery afternoon.
I love how Joe he came back 3 steps. Has a look.
Neil over the top, Rayner, no one on him.
Just working himself into the game now, Cam.
And he looks up, sends it long to the big men. Fly from behind, and front was Lyons in the pocket toward the goal square. Cameron couldn't quite take the mark. Bailey having a shot on goal. And they're the most clever players on the Lions list there. Cameron and Bailey will always create something.
They will.
That chance, it was a behind for Zach Bailey, who must be up to 1-3 now.
Just playing the conditions perfectly there, Brisbane.
And there is the halftime siren. Good quarter for Brisbane. They kicked 3 goals in that term. They go on at halftime with a 37-point lead, and as you'd expect, Daniel Merritt, the experience. They've picked a really strong squad today. Not too many missing from their best side, apart from Eric Hipwood, who we won't see for a while, and Dane Zorko, obviously the skipper. But from what you'd expect of a classy side like Brisbane against the Crows today.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think they're playing the conditions really well, but. I think just their mature bodies against the Crows' younger list came through in the end, and you could see the classy players of Lockie Neal, Dan Rich got going as well, and through the middle, Jared Lyons, Zach Bailey, those guys. Really, and even good to see Jared Berry out there having an influence as well. But I think their bigger bodies around the contest just started to show in that quarter.
Yeah, we certainly saw some good signs from a Crows perspective. Matt Crouch, did some nice things, and some of his pressure was good. Ben Davis, that one-on-one with Cam Rayner was huge in that quarter. And Rochelle as well. Only had a few moments here and there, but you can tell he's going to be a really dangerous player.
Yeah, geez, he moves well. Very exciting for Adelaide Crows fans for sure to see him out there. And I think from a Adelaide Crows supporters' point of view, the Crows, they're having a crack. They're creating a contest. They're up against a pretty good side today, but I think it's good signs for the Crows moving forward.
So the goal kickers at half-time. Charlie Cameron, the only multiple goal scorer with 2 of the Lions. Bailey has 1, probably should have 2 or 3. Jared Lyons, Lockie Neal, Berry, McCluggage and Danaher. And the goal kickers for the Crows, James Rowe, Riley Thilthorpe, the goal kickers in the first term. Just 1 goal in the second. That was Thilthorpe off a free kick as well. We'll take a break. Half-time at Metricon Stadium. Thanks for your company. 2 matches here. This is the first one, the Lions and the Crows. After this, we've got the Suns and Port Adelaide just waiting for their match. First bounce, 2 p.m. Queensland time. At half-time, it's the Lions leading 9-7-61. Adelaide 3-5-23. Early, missed all of last season with groin issues, and here is a Bailey, and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot. He's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up.
First touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through hands Schoenberg. Now to Keys. Slapped away a hand and sends that into attack. He's got a one-on-one. Getting back, taking a nice mark. Thilthorpe on Darcy Fort. Not sure how he ended